Hello everyone, my name is Michaela Gottschalk, and this is my presentation on human rights violations around the world. My question was, is there still a bias and discrimination for these human rights based on sex, religion, race, political, or social origin? This, however, was not my original question. My original question just included the term bias. Later on down the road of my research, I decided to add the search for discrimination as well, to give me more to look for than just bias. My question gave me more of an insight in what I would need to look for in order to create a well-written argument regarding my question. The way I learned about these topics was through all of my online sources. Through my sources, I was able to find in some ways where and how discrimination, unfair proceedings, and prejudice would have taken place around the world, which helped me form my thesis statement into what it is today. In my essay and throughout my research, I was able to note different countries around the world and the violations that happen in some of those countries. My research showed me that there are many things that can happen to certain people around the world, and people don't always treat these violations with as much enthusiasm as they should. In some countries, bribery and extortion happen in order to keep these criminal activities afloat, many of which are not prosecuted or punished. The reason I chose this particular counter-argument is because it shows what can happen if a certain freedom gets out of hand. For this, I chose the freedom of religion. In certain kind of religions, there are these sects called minority religions. Minority religions often force people to give up other human rights in order to become a member. Some of these religions are even abusive in a number of ways, and the government often cannot intervene due to the certain kind of protection that these religions have. Throughout my process, I was only really able to come up with one main solution, and that is to work together as a worldwide community in order to better help today's society and make it a better place than when we found it. I realize this process may be long and enduring, but I believe that anything is possible if we just try it out. For my solutions, I think that the governments of each country should come together for a designated committee in order to better help the society all around the world. Though this process may not exactly seem ideal, it's the only one that I think will have a proper solution to where we can all get on the same page and we can all work together in order to better help others. The reason I believe we need to care for this call to action is that we need to help make our fellow human beings feel safe. There's no reason why in this world, in this day and age, we should not all have the luxury to feel safe. We should all be allowed to walk down the street without fear of prejudice, bias, racial discrimination, any kind of discrimination. My rhetorical situation, I simply just made these choices in order to further explain what my topic is essentially about. It all comes full circle into showing that these violations can happen to anyone, anywhere, and at any time, and that we need to try to do something in order to stop it. I think that everyone should want these changes throughout the world. The people who don't are usually the ones I feel are causing these violations. Government, other sects of society, everything. These are just my reflection questions that show what I could further do to improve my argument, what I'm most proud of, some things I learned, and then some things I'll be taking on to the next class. Definitely what I'll be taking into the next class is how to cite. I've never been the best at citing, so I'm happy to have that refresher course in this essay. And these are the 8 websites or sources that I have used to further along my essay. Hope you enjoyed my presentation. Was happy to work with all of you this semester.